I've been driving for a few years now, mostly at night. The roads are quieter. The fares tend to be better, and there's just something about driving in the dead of night that feels peaceful. The streets empty, the city lights stretching ahead like a distant promise. But sometimes, you pick up someone who makes that peaceful drive feel anything but calm. I'll never forget the night I picked up a passenger who made my blood run cold. It started like any other night. I just finished dropping off a fare and was driving down a long, desolate stretch of road. There were no other cars around. The silence was unnerving, and I kept my eyes on the GPS, waiting for the next ping. When it came, it was a pickup request from a small neighborhood on the outskirts of town. It wasn't the best part of the city. Rundown houses, cracked sidewalks, and a general air of neglect. But I wasn't about to cancel. The fare was a fare, right? I arrived at the address, and that's when I noticed him, standing in front of an old, boarded-up house. He was just standing there. At first, I thought he might be waiting for someone else, but then he turned and stared directly at me. His eyes were dark, almost hollow, and he didn't move. Not even when I unlocked the door. I felt uneasy, but I didn't want to make him wait in the cold, so I motioned for him to get in. He didn't say anything, just opened the door and slid into the back seat without a word. I tried to make conversation, offering a quick "Hey, how's it going?" but he didn't respond. Instead, he just stared ahead, his head slightly tilted. I looked at him in the rear-view mirror and quickly turned my eyes back to the road. I don't know what it was about him, but something felt off. His clothes were old, ragged, and he had this strange smell, like something was rotting. I thought maybe I was just imagining things, but the longer I drove, the more I felt like I wasn't alone in the car. I tried to ignore the unease building in my chest, focusing on the road ahead. But then he spoke, his voice low and gravelly, almost like it hadn't been used in a long time. "Do you ever wonder why you pick up strangers?" he asked. I froze for a second, but tried to play it cool. "Well, it's my job. I'm just here to take you where you need to go." He didn't respond to that. Instead, he leaned forward and whispered, "You shouldn't have picked me up." A chill ran through me. I looked at the rearview mirror again, but this time I couldn't see his face. It was as if the shadows in the back seat had swallowed him whole. I didn't know if I was imagining things, but I could feel his presence. It was suffocating, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible was about to happen. I tried to push the thought aside. "Where are we headed?" I asked, my voice sounding far shakier than I'd intended. His answer sent a shiver down my spine. "Just keep driving." I wanted to turn around to kick him out of the car, but I didn't. I didn't know why. Something about his words made me feel like I had no choice but to follow his instructions. I kept driving, even though the streets were unfamiliar, and I had no idea where I was going. The darkness outside seemed to grow thicker with each passing minute. I couldn't see any signs, no lights, nothing. Just an empty, endless stretch of road. My eyes flicked to the rear-view mirror once more, and this time, he was there. But his face was wrong. His eyes were black, as if all the light had been drained from them, and his skin had a pale, grayish hue. His mouth was twisted into a thin, unsettling grin, and his hands, which had been resting on his lap, were now gripping the seat, digging into the fabric. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears, pounding louder and louder as I drove faster, hoping to escape whatever this was. I didn't even know what was happening, but I knew I needed to get away. The air in the car felt thick, suffocating, as though the darkness outside was closing in. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tightly, I thought they might cramp. I glanced at him again, and this time, he wasn't smiling. He was staring at me, his eyes wide, filled with something I couldn't identify, something dark, something hungry. I slammed my foot on the gas,